everyone. I'm Shanti, the artist behind Shanti Fine Arts. This is my third live stream ever, and I'll keep it short and simple. This is Sunday morning. It's bright and beautiful where I live in Indiana, in the US. And if you are here to join me, that's awesome. If not, you can always catch the information that I have to share today on this live stream later on the replay. So this is not going to be an art tutorial. So it is a live stream, but it is not a live art tutorial. So all I wanted to do is share some information about August, the month of August that is coming up, knocking at our doors. I'm going to participate in an oil pastel challenge, and I wanted to share that information with you in case you want to participate as well. That would be awesome. So that's one of the things I wanted to share, and I also wanted to share all the other upcoming things that I have planned for August, so that you get an idea about what's coming up on my channel. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this every month, but I think this is a good idea to give you a plan of what's coming up in the upcoming month. But it is not always easy to plan out a whole month ahead of time. I do have plans, but then I have to make changes as well. So let's not get into all those details, and let's get started. First, I want to share all the information about the oil pastel challenge. Now, as a fine art medium, oil pastel has been there since a very long time. In fact, if you go back to history, how oil pastel started is when Picasso asked this company Sennelier to create something for him that is oil paints but in a form of a stick. So that's how Sennelier came up with oil pastels, and that's the history behind oil pastels, how oil pastels started. So you can understand if Picasso was the one who kind of was involved in the start of this medium, it has been there for a very long time. However, it is probably not as popular a medium as oil painting or watercolor or even acrylic, which is nowadays very popular. Um, and one of the reasons it's not that popular is people have do not know much about this, and people don't understand that you, this particular medium is equally archival and wonderful to work with. I have several videos on my YouTube channel, linked in the playlist, oil pastels, if you want to go check it out. I have detailed information on what kind of paper to use, what kind of ways to blend, how to get fine details, as well as several art tutorials starting from painting a flower to a portrait and everything else in between. So you can check that out, but let's keep that aside. Let's talk about the oil pastel challenge. Now, there is a Facebook group called the Oil Pastel Artist, and I'm a part of that group. No, I'm not an admin or the beginning group of that group, but I participate in the group. It's a wonderful group. Everybody is super supportive of each other, but it is oil pastels only. And we try to motivate each other and create more and more oil pastel work. Now, I know that there is a lot of people outside of the group who are equally interested in oil pastels, and they're equally probably be equally interested in this special event. So I thought I'd go ahead and make this a little live stream information and video. So what we are planning to do is that this is the very first oil pastel challenge ever. As far as I know, no other oil pastel challenge exists. But what we are planning to do is, typically when we think of an art challenge, like say World Watercolor month of July just went by, and then there is Inktober in October. So what typically we do is we have a promotion going on. There is a like a 30-day period when each day you're supposed to create an art, whether small or big or whatever size you want, on that with that particular medium in that month. So one art every day, and there are like prompts to help you out to figure out what to create on that day. But for this oil pastel challenge, we are not going that route. What we are doing instead is we are going to take our favorite art, a painting or your favorite artist's style, and you're going to create your own art, whether you want to recreate that painting or you want to create your own painting, use it that particular style or that particular painting as an inspiration, and create art. You can create one or several in the month of August, and that is all this all pastel challenge is about. So when I say inspiration, I say your favorite painting is Mona Lisa. I am not expecting that any of us will be recreating Mona Lisa and it would look like Mona Lisa or even better. Maybe it will, but there's a good possibility it will not. So that is not our point. Our point is to create different kinds of art of different kinds of styles, but just stick to oil pastel as a medium and show the versatility of this medium to the world, and how good artwork you can create. So I'll give you a sneak peek. This is not a final painting. What I'm doing here is, this is Monet's famous artwork. This is the lady with the parasol. And what I'm trying to do is trying to recreate that with oil pastels. Now, this is not going to be my final painting. What I'm trying to do here is just trying to understand the different strokes and methods that Monet may have or incorporated in his painting. But remember, he did it in oil with oil paints, and I'm doing with oil pastels. So that is the only thing that is important for this particular challenge. It is oil pastel challenge, so your medium has to be oil pastel. You can use a watercolor wash or acrylic wash for the basic, for if you're working on a canvas or a paper that is white, if you want to tone it down with a watercolor or acrylic or any kind of wash, that is fine. But otherwise you will have to use oil pastels as a medium. So that is the only clause here. So what I'm going to do is, once I get the hang of the style, I'm going to choose another photograph or and take an idea and recreate a painting that is kind of like Monet style, that is inspired by the lady with the parasol. So that is some one of the ideas. You can choose any artist of any era, any style that you like, you prefer, be inspired by it and create your own art. And that would be an awesome thing to do. So that's all about the oil pastel challenge. I will, once the video is finished, I will put up some information in the video description of the live stream, where you will find the link to the oil pastel group. If you want to be a part of the group, go ahead and click the link and do the needful. Like I said, I'm not an admin, so I do not choose who will be on that group or not. So that's completely a different thing altogether. However, if you want to be a part of the group, the only thing I'd like to highlight is that it is oil pastels only. So if you are interested in oil pastels, so uh, do go ahead and uh, link up with the group. There will be some amazing art going on in August. But if not, you can always share it with me on my social media platforms, Instagram, or whatever platform you want to share it with me. Just tag me there, and I'd love to see some art going on. I just saw the chat from Kiss Me Art that she finds this challenge information very interesting. So I would love to see some art from you. And anyone who's listening or who will be listening to the replays, I'm sorry if you can hear some loud noises at the background. It's my house, so everybody's going about their Sunday morning business, so there are different kinds of sounds going on. I apologize about that. So that's all about the oil pastel challenge. Now, if you have any questions, do put it down in the comments below. I would love to answer any questions, any doubts you have. I'll try my best to answer all your questions. And once again, thank you for watching Kiss Me Art, and thank you and all the best to you and everybody else who is thinking of participating in this challenge. Let's make oil pastel a very popular medium like it should be. It's a beautiful medium. All art mediums are beautiful in its own unique way, and I think every art medium deserves their own highlight. So that's all about the oil pastel challenge. Now, if you are not at all interested in oil pastels, do not think that in August all I'm going to do is oil pastels. No, definitely not. I will have other mediums going on as well. And there are several other videos that I will be doing in different other mediums. For example, I have this 24 marker set from Arteza that it's a fabric marker, so I'm going to try it on. So there will be a review and a demonstration of fabric markers coming up soon. I'm also working on this oil painting of a peacock feather, so there will be a tutorial on that as well. Last month I did my first of the series of zodiac sign inspired paintings. Last month was Cancer, this month going to be Leo's, so that's going to be there too. It's going to be a mixed media painting, so those are the ones other than my oil pastel work that would be there. Also August is the month, 15th August is Indian Independence Day, so there's going to be an art inspired by Independence Day just before that, so that's also in the charts. So to say, there will be other watercolor works going on, other oil paintings, and everything else. I'm also going to work. I have some new mediums and new stuff that I'm going to work with very soon. I'm not sure whether it's going to be in August or it's going to be a little bit later. So I have these watercolor pencils from Faber-Castell. Soon I'm going to use them and review them as well. I have charcoal kit from Generals. I'm going to try and use those. So there's a lot of things going on in my art world, and that's going to come up on my YouTube and other social media platforms as well. So stay tuned. I guess that's all I have to say today. Thank you everyone who could join in, and if you could not, I hope that you will watch the replay. And like I said, put all your doubts, thoughts, comments, everything in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer all of your questions if you have any, or if you have any feedback, you're always most welcome to share it. Thank you very much for joining me, and hope that you will make some oil pastel work and art in general, a lot of it in the month of August and in the subsequent months. Thank you.